Now, for our next story, we've got the Turbulent Timeways reappearing. This time, though, with some new things that actually are kind of exciting. It shows that Blizzard have realized that whenever there's more XP going around in the game, people just do seem to log in and actually level up their characters. Which does lead to that rather messy experience when it's been messing around in my Paladin and seeing, oh look, I'm getting all this rep. But what's the point? It's not account-wide. Look at these renown bars. That's what made me realize, fuck it, account-wide, let's go.
I've felt that way since I think Legion, maybe.
Yeah, I think it makes sense with how World of Warcraft's gameplay and endgame progression has evolved. But anyway, let's talk about this and its new experience boost. So, of course, this event will have 6 weeks of back-to-back time walking. The time walking weekly quest will drop a piece of heroic gear. So that's pretty big. But also, you can get up to a 30% XP potion. It's kind of interesting and exciting. However, also potentially flawed, but easily fixed.
That's the fun thing. There's a lot of this stuff we go, okay, please drop that blog post immediately, Jeremy, so we can point and go, please fix this.
And your context there is, people got data mined, they reacted to it. Muffin has tweeted, trying some new leveling things with TT2, the new event, making it easier to get into and get gear from. More info soon. So they do have some form of plan, we just haven't really heard about it yet. As for how it has been data mined and what we can infer from that, there is an XP buff potion that will return as a part of Turbulent Timeways. It was data mined. It's called the Distilled Knowledge of Timeways. Currently, it's unknown how you actually obtain these, but it is likely they're going to drop from dungeons or raids during the time walking event. Whenever you use one of these potions, it increases your XP from killing mobs and completing quests by 2%. If you complete a time walking dungeon, then your buff will be extended by 60 minutes up to 5 hours, and granting 10 applications of it will increase your total experience bonus to 30%. So basically, you use it 10 times, it would normally be 20. There's a little special buff that takes it to 30. And if you get this full stack version of it, 5 weeks in a row, that will unlock for you the Sandy Shale Wing mount. So, they're clearly cooking up some new and different stuff. Obviously, this is just a mount that they picked out of the bargain bin. But, I think here, it's the principle that counts. For me, a lot of the point of what counts is that they're actually trying. Now, the whole thing hinges on how we get these time-walking potions.
Yeah, there's an interesting thing you'll notice here, which is, and this is why I don't think that they're purchasable, because my immediate thought was, buy these with time-walking badges, fine, easy. But they're unique to 5, which means you get 5... use them all. You can't just stack 10 and pop them all at once and then you're done.
They don't want people to get the total number of potions they would need for the whole event in 1 week and then no longer participate.
Exactly. So I think you'll probably get 1, and knowing them, I'd say you get 1 to 2, maybe 3 per time walking dungeon. Then you pop them, and then you keep that going and keep increasing it as you go, which means you'll basically need to do a decent amount of dungeons, which is where the issue comes in. Because this boy over here, gain the Mastery of Timeways, that's the full stacked buff, for 5 consecutive weeks out of a 6-week event. Mm-hmm. So, miss the first week, you're fine. Miss the last week, you're fine. Miss any other week, go fuck yourself, no amount for you.
Yeah.
Which feels really strange that it's 5 consecutive weeks. It's so, I kind of get the logic if they're trying to go for playtime, but it is also
just make it 4 non-consecutive. They can track that.
Yeah, even 5 non-consecutive is okay enough, because there's certainly a point where you have to say, well, this is an achievement. You have to achieve it. It's not just free. It's not just log in and you get your dole mount. It's not going to be that. So I think that's interesting enough to go, here you go. It has to be a bit challenging. It's just that it feels like it's way too much effort.
That's it. We don't even know. So
yeah, if these are purchasable for 30 badges, it's fine. Or even 100 badges, you're like, well, everyone just does it. But the one thing I want to say about this is, I really hope that they bring time walking to below level 60. Because if you're doing 5 dungeons to extend it, or 10 dungeons to earn them all, you're going to be level 70 from 60. Before, I guess a week and a half of doing this.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, well, I guess I better go get another mount, or another alt at 60 to do this or something. And then the same because there's a note here, patch 10.17 is going to be insane for leveling alts. And that's because the Dream Surge zone, which will be one zone at random a week on the Dragon Isles, not including Xyrillic or Forbidden Reach, one of the 4 leveling ones, they'll have a 25% XP buff all the time. And sometimes for 30 minutes at a time. We're not sure of the rate of spawn because the buffs are randomized, but it'll have a buff that'll be an extra 50% XP in rep. So you're going to be leveling super, super quick, like obscenely quick. So, like, I don't know why this would be level 60 above. I guess I kind of know why, because they like it been roughly balanced. So have like a level 10 character carry everyone. And just like, what are you doing this week? Time walk, I'm going to boost people by level 10 or level 15 or something. So I can kind of get it, but I really hope they find a way to make it at least like 20 or 30 or something. Just to get someone to go, okay, well, I'm going to level this alt from a low level to full over these next couple weeks. So I think that would be a better version of it. But there's also another thing to notice. Experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests. That will exclude the end of dungeon experience you get, which is most of what the time walking stuff is. It's that big chunk of bonus XP at the end. You do get plenty for killing mobs, but not the most of it. Which means this is going to be a thing to go, we don't want you to spam time walking during time walk week. Yeah. We want you to do some time walking dungeons, go have some fun out in the wild, whatever zone you want, whatever, I guess there's 60 in the Dream Surge zone, then go back in and refresh your buff. That's clearly the intent.
You'll be 70 by the time that matters.
Exactly.
So that's weird.
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, how many dungeons do you have to do to get this?
And, I mean, to be fair, the potions are BOA, but the buff's not going to be, which means you have to use all 10 potions on the same character.
Oh, yeah, the potions are BOA.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're BOA and you can only hold 5 of them.
Yeah. So you could theoretically have 5 on each character and just, like, do it all, but you still have to do all the right dungeons and extend it. Because that's the other part where if this drops, you're 9 potions in, you don't get a Q pop because you're DPS, or something happens and the buff drops.
Yeah,
sorry.
And it's completing the time walking dungeon that extends it.
Yeah, so you could even like, now this is getting into the BFA and Shadowlands era of don't ever let the developers do anything interesting because someone might have a bad time.
Yes.
But just for completeness sake, I'm going to point out there's some stuff here like, hey, there's your tank. And they've come into your time walking dungeon and they see that you've got 9 stacks and it's 5 minutes from expiring and they AFK or leave the dungeon. So like stuff like that is technically theoretically possible. And I'm not saying this is a reason they shouldn't do this, but it is like a maybe consider some kind of option that's less fragile and to use the classic one, my cat's on fire. Oh, my cat's on fire. Sorry, I have to go. Oh, well, I've just lost my entire evening of playing the game.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a minor frustration, I think. I really love that they're doing this stuff, especially with the extra changes that are going to come in because Muffin has obviously said, make it easier to get into and get gear from. So clearly there's more. And that's cool, but there's just a couple of little bits that could turn this from cool into nice, well done, 10 out of 10. I'd like to see that happen. Also, people are saying the Sandy Shield Wing sucks, but every fucking mount sucks. every mount that isn't a 6-month sub or a store mount has been asked for ages, so whatever.
That's kind of true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you got the crab mountain. Naz Jatar.
Naz Jader.
Naz Jader. Guys, it's Najatar. Why can the WoW team not deal with like J's and apostrophes? Like, are they going to start calling it the Howling Fjord again?
Yeah, it's like
What's going on?
It's like I remember we had this discussion last stream.
With the Yasharj.
We had Yasharj, and it's Yasharaj. It is canonically in terms of how they've written out the pronunciation and said it is Yasharaj. It's written Isharj.
Yeah,
but they don't know how to take a Y apostrophe S and make it into noise. It's Isharj. But people go yes, Yasharaj. There's no A between the R and the J.
Yeah, where's it come from?
Yasharj.
Yeah.
Or Yashar, if you want to be weird about it. But it's clearly Yasharj. It's not Yasharaj. Yasharaj. Fucking hell.
Oh,
that
dear.
Actually, that kind of tilts me a bit.
Big tilt. Yeah. Naz Jatar fucking killed me for a whole patch. It hurt.